We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. This is the M18 router that everybody has been waiting for. And I can see why people have been waiting for this. This thing is kind of sweet. It has the collet on it is a 1/4 inch. And what you'll get with this kit, and if you really haven't, you want to see what it all comes with, I have a video, I'll link it up in the description, put it up there, and you can watch that video. I'll tell you the story if you click on it. That's, you know, how I got it and stuff. But we got the vacuum kit, which when I did when I was doing my testing on this, I was kind of mad because the vacuum kit, I was expecting it to hook onto my Milwaukee backpack, and that would have been really cool. And I was disappointed because the size is a smaller diameter than the size of the Milwaukee backpack vacuum hose. So if you want to use your Milwaukee backpack vacuum hose or your Milwaukee backpack vacuum, you have to get a reducer so you can hook it up to the dust port on here. And the dust port on here, when hooked to a vacuum, is freaking phenomenal. It cleans everything out of the way, and you don't have very much sawdust, so you can really see what you're doing when you're routering out something. And it came with the adapter for a router table. So when you put this on, you'll notice that the screws aren't really lined up perfectly across from each other. If you look on here, you can see this. The screws have to go on a certain way. And so you gotta line this up. At first I thought, what the heck, at manufacturing they messed up the holes on this on like the CNC machine when they cut this out. But you have to figure out which holes line up with the router. I figured out that if you line up, there's like the manufacturing code on here. If you line that up so it's facing the clamp, that's the way you want it, then your holes will line up. That way you can change this out with the dust port and you can mount this plate on. Now when using this router, I tried it out on some pine. When I used it on some pine, it went really fast. It cut it really good. Remember, the router is only as good as the bits you use. So use really good bits. I kind of had some crappy bits because I was just seeing how it would handle with, you know, not very good bits, but it handled pretty good. So try to use good bits if you can. Now when I used it on pine, it went through pine really good. I was trying it out with some of the some of these compact, the M18 compact batteries. I was hoping that it would last quite a while with it. I routed probably about 15-20 feet with it, and the battery died. So I stepped it up a bit and I put a 5.0 battery on it, and I did that when I used it on hardwood, and it just ripped through the hardwood. I did it on hickory, and I also did it on maple, and it ripped through it really good. And the only upset that I had, and you know, it's not really the router's fault. When I did it on hickory, the hickory that I used it on, it was knotty, and so whenever I got up to you know, where that knot was, it just took the router, and you got to be prepared for that. And that's, you know, that's not really the router's fault. That's, you know, it was just knotty pine, or not knotty pine, but knotty hickory. And so you just got to be prepared for it. For the accessories, they have a plunge adapter, and they also have an offset adapter. Not familiar with an offset adapter too much, but the plunge adapter would be worth getting. Put the links in the description below on where you can get those. The one thing that it has on it, it has a variable speed, 1 to 6, and it will go from 10,000 RPMs to 30,000 RPMs. And what I really liked about this, it does 1/64th increments for your gauge for your depth, which was really nice, so you can really fine tune that. I noticed when I got the router that the clamp would not, when I was routering, when I had the clamp tightened, all of a sudden my depth was changing when I was routering, and so I had to take an Allen and tighten the clamp on this. So just make sure when you pull it out of the box that this is tightened all the way. I had to do it about 1 full turn for it to actually get tight. And then after that, it was good to go. I didn't have to worry about it. Now this light on this router is pretty sweet. It's got 2 LEDs on it that are really nice. You gotta make sure the chuck is tight, else it's gonna go flying off. That's my bad. Shop safety. With shop safety, wear your goggles or glasses. Another good thing that I liked about this router is the brake, how fast this thing stops. You turn this on and you shut it off, it shuts off, it stops. It's so much better than my Craftsman that I have. That's a corded one, and it's just great. Once you shut it off, you don't have to worry about it. When you set it down, you don't have to worry about the bit still kind of moving. The price of this is $189, and for the price, it's a really good deal. The Bosch compact router that I have too, that's definitely going to get replaced by this because it's corded and it's the same size. And when I need to do something, I want to pick this up and I want to go, and I don't want to deal with a cord, because being out on the farm and doing projects around the farm and everything like that, I do not want to deal with carrying a cord. The batteries are great. Now, will this replace my Craftsman router that I have? I have a Craftsman plunge router, and I don't think so, because I like the weight of my Craftsman router when I'm doing dovetail joints and stuff like that. When I'm using the plunge router on it, the plunge adapter is it's a lot nicer, because I feel like I have a lot more control on that. I wonder if I do get the plunge adapter with this, I'll be able to have more control, but the weight is on the Milwaukee, it's a lot lighter than my Craftsman that I have. This is going to be my go-to. He's going to be my sidekick, basically. So if I need to do little router projects, I don't want to bust out my Craftsman, and I can just, put the bit on here, clamp down my project, and I can router what I want to router, and I don't have to worry about having a cord. The straight edge tool, I kind of thought it was I thought it was made pretty cheap. I don't know, I would expect it to be, this maybe be black, or be a little bit more of a sleeker design. I feel like if you left this out in the overnight, it'd be rusted in the morning if it, you know, you left it outside in the rain, which, you know, who leaves their tools outside in the rain? But, you know, sometimes construction workers, you know, carpenters, if, you know, sometimes they put tools in the back of their truck and you get moisture back there, or you leave something open and water gets in after it rains. And I just think that this could have been a lot better manufactured and just had maybe a clear coat of something over it, because it just seems like there's nothing on it. It's just a piece of metal. All right, until next time, I'm Philip Bridges. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and comment down below, and I'll see you on the next one.